What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. We're here for the Yankees postgame, fresh off a beautiful 3-2 victory against the Toronto Blue Jays. Come from behind win. You love to see it. Gary Sanchez, the man of the evening. My hat goes off to you, Gary. We love Gary Sanchez. I kind of told you guys in the video that came out this morning. Gary Sanchez, put some respect on my man's name. Love you, Gary. Hashtag Gary Scary in the chat. Save the Yankees night tonight. But before we get into the game this evening, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. You guys know the deal. Let's take a attendance / roll call. Where are we going to start things off? We'll start things off with a $2 super chat from Monkey Gaming. I don't know why it says Ed King, but it looks like it's from Monkey Gaming. No idea. They said, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of this channel. I'm done. I appreciate the dono. Not sure what the message is about. If you're tired of the channel, you're done. I apologize. It is what it is. But I appreciate the dono. Let's take attendance / roll call. Shout out to Ed King, Brennan, Lori. We got Joseph. Who else we got? We got David, Amy, CPR, Larry's Treasures. Still don't know what his treasures are, but I hope they're good. We got Parker, Devak. Who else? We got Johnny in the chat, Jacob, Ryan, PX, Danny, FJ. Who else? Ninja Reactions, Jeremy, Joseph, Diego, Leanna. Sorry if I missed anybody. Hope everyone enjoyed the game tonight. Hope you guys are all doing well. Appreciate Pedro for subscribing. You guys know the deal. Let me get some W's in the chat. Let's just spam a bunch of W's. Huge win for the Yankees. And you know what else they got from this win tonight? The series win against the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's get it. The Yankees took this series. We were coming fresh off a bunch of games where we looked terrible. You lose the final game in Minnesota, brutal stuff. You lose both in Philly, and now you walk into Buffalo to face the Blue Jays. You win the first two, and you already won the series. Love to see all the W's. We're hype, chat. We're hype. We got good vibes. Shout to Devak for subscribing. Appreciate you. Keep those W's flowing. In the meantime, you know what we're going to do? We're going to look at the box score from this evening. But before we do that, shout out to the Bronx Zoom. Beautiful book about the 2020 Yankee season by Brian Hoke. You guys could head over to the link in the description. Purchase it on Triumph Books. Unhinged 30 is the code for 30% off if you guys want to rock with that. Also, with that being said, if you guys do purchase it, screenshot your order confirmation with the code, send it to me on any of the social medias, and I'll hook you guys up with a huge discount code for the unhingedclothing.shop. But let's take a look at the box score from today. Looking at the Yankees box score, honestly, the bats weren't that good. They really weren't that good, but they still got the job done. DJ LeMahieu 0 for 3, that's fine. Judge went 1 for 4. He's kind of sliding a little bit. We're going to ignore it for now. Do not mention that to Dan, whatever you do. But Gleyber Torres 0 for 3. Stan 1 for 3 with an RBI of his own. Gio Urshela went 0 for 4. Andy Juarez went 1 for 4. Odor went 0 for 4. Higgy went 0 for 2. But the man of the night, Gary Sanchez. You'll love to see it. Gary is so scary. Put some respect on my man's name. It's as simple as that. Huge pinch hit home run from Gary Sanchez. There's literally nothing else like you could say about the guy at this point. He's proving everyone wrong. Gary's looking all of his haters in the eyes and he's saying, you know what? I'm not fat. I'm not lazy. He also, shout out to Gary Sanchez carrying the Yankees in the 9th inning. So many huge blocks. He also, great throw to get Vlad Jr. out at third base to end the game. Well, not to end the game, but that was kind of a play that basically ended the Blue Jays rally. We'll talk about Chapman's little situation in a little bit. But shout out to Gary Sanchez. There's not enough good things I could say about him. You guys know this firsthand. All offseason, when so many people would come in the chat and the comments kind of mentioning DFA Gary, Gary needs to be benched, Gary needs to be traded, Gary needs to be sent down to AAA. Listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I always kept faith in Gary. I said, you know what? Give Gary Sanchez the 2021 season and see what he can do. Right? Because I don't think that there's any chance he could be worse than 2020. And he definitely proved everyone wrong. He's looking his haters in the eyes and laughing. But moving down the order, one more guy, Brett Gardner, 0 for 3. These Odor and Gardner at-bats need to go away. This is getting ridiculous at this point. Rougned Odor and Brett Gardner just need to get out of the lineup. It's as simple as that. They're just not even putting up competitive at-bats. It's disgusting. But looking at the pitching side of things from tonight, Derrick Cole, absolute gem from my man. He's also another guy looking his haters in the eyes and just laughing in their face. It's as simple as that. 8 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. The Ks weren't really up there, but he did get the job done. It's probably why he was able to go 8 innings, because he didn't really have to throw a lot of strikeouts. But almost pretty close to my prediction for Cole tonight. I said he was going to go 7 2/3. He ended up going 8, and I also said he was going to give up 2 earned runs. He did. I hate to say Pat Stradamus in the chat. Kind of Pat Stradamus in the chat. It is what it is. But with that being said, I don't know if I was the only one who noticed it. We were talking about this in the Unhinged group chat. Did anyone else notice? I hate to be like conspiracy theory Pat tonight, but Derrick Cole kept wiping his leg, and there was some brown stuff on there. I don't know what that was. I like to believe that he's not stupid enough to still be using some sort of sticky stuff on the mound. There's no way he's that stupid. But I don't know. Someone let me know what you guys think that is. But then Chapman came in for the 9th. He didn't look too good. He got himself into a really big jam to start things out, right? 2nd and 3rd, no one out. And then he got out of it. A huge play by Gary Sanchez to kind of get the ball to Gio Urshela at third base and catch Vlad on a really poor base running issue. But they got the job done the 9th inning, and that's all that counts. However, Aroldis Chapman doesn't really look as good as he usually does. I don't think that's anything to be concerned about just yet. However, if it starts to become a little bit of a trend, then I'll become a little bit concerned. But moving on, let's go back to the main page here. Swaggy McMuffin Pants with a $2 dono. Appreciate you, I guess. I'm not answering that question, my man. Moving on. But let's see. Appreciate the dono though. Yeah, it was dirt, maybe just mud/dirt. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. At the same time, it's I guess nowadays you kind of just have to think about everything else. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see what else the Yankees broadcast was saying about the whole situation because I couldn't hear the entire game. Now, listen, obviously this is a happy Pat stream. The Yankees coming off a great win. However, there's a few things that I'm a little bit aggravated about tonight that I need to touch on. I'm not the biggest fan of the Yankees booth, I'll say it that much. But at the same time, Derrick had a great tweet. I think I saw Derrick in the chat. Shout out to you, Derrick. But they sounded like Charlie Brown's teachers. It was as simple as that. Yeah, I have DirecTV. I heard Verizon and DirecTV both had this issue. So strange. I don't know what to tell you guys. I couldn't hear anything that they were saying the entire game. And the fact that Yes Network is a multi-billion-dollar company, I don't understand why they couldn't get this situated. You had the entire game to get the audio situated, and they couldn't do it at any point. So strange. And also, chat, I know I couldn't be the only one. At the end of the game, there was some little kid screaming at the top of his lungs, and he was the only thing I heard for the entire bottom half of the 9th inning. Chat, please tell me I wasn't the only one who heard this little kid screaming. He was like, Gurriel! 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 And that's all I heard for a solid 20 minutes. I was so close to muting my TV. I felt like the kid was in my living room. Every 5 seconds, good eye, Gurriel, good eye. Listen, I have nothing against kids. Not a huge fan of kids. At first, I thought he was a Yankee fan. Then I hear Gurriel, you got this. Good swing. You got this, Gurriel. No, I'm over it. It's enough already. Just put in play, Gurriel. No, this is not what I want to be hearing, at all. Yes. As Elite Assassin said, that kid had the clearest sound I heard all game. That kid had better sound than Michael K. I don't know if they put a microphone in his face. I have no idea. No idea. It's a little bit funny now thinking about it, but I would be lying if I was telling you guys I wasn't screaming at my screen to just end the game so I didn't have to hear this kid. But moving on. Good stuff. But with that being said, let's take a look at some of these comments in the chat. We have a bunch of good ones tonight. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Let's see what we got. Jalen says, Pat, I know you saw the man of the hour, Tyler Wade, in left field. It was so inspirational. Tyler Wade was looking great out there. It was just a matter of time until he starts. Listen, you guys know, beginning of the season, I was a huge doubter of Tyler Wade, as we all were. But however, we're getting to the point where I trust Tyler Wade at the same time, much more than Rougned Odor and Brett Gardner. Right now, Tyler Wade should be out there instead of Brett Gardner or Odor. I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings. If you're a huge fan of Odor, huge fan of Brett Gardner, Tyler Wade should be out there over them right now. It's as simple as that. Or, hear me out, another theory. Bro, DFA Odor, call up Hoyjun Park. I think that's his name is? Park? Yeah, he's raking in AAA. Certified legend in AAA. The dude, I think he's batting like 400 or something. So you call up Park, you call up Ambergy, let's go. Run it back. Let's see. Matt says, Pat, please answer this. Do you agree with me that NYY Recaps is a legend? Bro, obviously. Duh. NYY Recaps, Derrick's the man. Like, how could you not say he is? But listen, shout out to Amy with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Amy. She says, Pat, would you play in a YouTuber boxing tournament? I've said this before. Like, I'd 100% box. Like, 1,000%. We already, like, in the offseason, we were coming up with some opponents for me. I think, who'd we say? Brett Gardner, Pat versus Brett Gardner. I think that was what the people wanted to see. Listen, if I trained, we might be able to get the job done, chat. But also, shout out to Dodgers Highlights with the $3 dono. I'm not sure if that's Yankees Highlights. Just changed his name to Dodgers Highlights. But either way, appreciate you, my man. Give me those Brian Fairing guns. He says, let's go Yankees. Appreciate you. But yeah, let's see what else we got in the chat. Derek says, Odor swings and misses 90% of the time and just gets lucky the other 10%. It's honestly true. I think the only thing that's kind of saved Odor up until this point is he plays decent defense, right? And he's a lefty. And he's had like some clutch hits with the Yankees. Other than that, he's really done nothing for this franchise. The Rangers are literally paying him, I think, $27 million to pay against him. To play against them, bro. It's weird. Parker says, you might want to double the size of your upper arms if you're going to box. Yeah, probably. But, like, here's the thing. Like, you don't know, like, how powerful my punch could be, bro. Like, you don't know. Like, I might have, like, skinny arms. I might have lanky arms. But we're still getting the job done. Like, it's as simple as that. Pat the Boxer coming at you. Now we're kind of going off topic, but Matt says, Pat, please answer this. Would you fight Bryce Hall? Bro, 1,000%. Like, duh. I think I would easily win that too, bro. That kid looked like he had no idea what he was doing. But moving on back to Yankees here. Ed King says, Pat, can I get permission to fight with any Gary haters who show up on chat? I'll tell you guys right now, anybody in the chat who starts coming at Gary Sanchez, you guys have all permission to go directly back at them. It's as simple as that. Gary Sanchez is the man. There's no other way to put it. There's no way somebody could hate Gary Sanchez right now. And I'm telling you guys right now, Ulysses says Gary's still trash. Yo, chat, go. No, I mean, like, I can't understand how someone could still hate on Gary Sanchez after this huge turnaround that he's kind of undertaken, like, in the past year or so. The dude went from the worst hitter in Major League Baseball to now potentially, like, the American League All-Star catcher. I mean, actually, like, Mercedes is probably going to take that spot, right? But it's possible that Gary Sanchez still makes the All-Star team in some capacity, right? I mean, he's actually having a really solid year. I love Gary Sanchez. Let's go. Also, shout out to Dodgers Highlights with another $2 dono. Appreciate you. They said, no, I am not Yankees Highlights. Either way, appreciate you, my man. Love another $2 dono. You're the best. Dodgers Highlights. Listen, we have Dodgers fans coming in here. We have occasional Rays fans, occasional Blue Jays fans. Love it. Love it. Joseph said, Pat, do an all-star vote right now. No. We'll do an all-star break, like, for closer to the all-star game. Probably, like, a couple weeks or so. But moving on here. Let's see. CPR says, did Chapman just snub Sanchez at the end of the game? He even walked away from him after the last pitch. To be honest with you, I didn't see it. Right when the game ends, I hop on live. Literally after, like, the final out is recorded, bang, TV goes off, computer goes on, going on live. Like, it's that simple. But Benji says, what's Gardy's deal? I have no idea. I mean, if we're talking, like, here's a good way of putting it, chat. Brett Gardner is kind of like the same inconsistency that Jordan Montgomery is on the mound. Like, you'll get one game out of Brett Gardner where he's like 3 for 3, and then the next day he'll go 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Like, this is not the guy you want being your starting center fielder. And I know you guys think, oh, Pat, you're just a Gardy hater, this and that. It's not even like being a Brett Gardner hater. It's like just realizing the fact that this dude's not cut out to be a Major League center fielder anymore. It's really not. He plays there every day. I don't know when Clint Frazier is going to get a start. It's kind of frustrating at this point. He seems like he never plays anymore. If Clint doesn't play tomorrow, we have a serious issue. Like a very serious issue on our hands. Programmer says Gary's like number 6 in the All-Star vote. I don't think he has a real shot, but he deserves it 100%. If Gary starts picking it up over the past month or so, I think he has a real shot. Because I would say that catcher spot's kind of wide open right now. Either way, if Gary makes an All-Star team or not, like he still deserves a ton of credit for the season he's having. Let's see. Yankee Fan for Life says hot take: the All-Star voting is just a popularity contest. It's not. It's not a hot take to say that. The All-Star voting is definitely a popularity contest, for sure. But Big Brain Borg said, Pat, you spoke Sanchez's pinch hit home run into existence in the pregame. Listen, I speak a lot of things into existence. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. You guys know toot toot. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, I don't want to say me and Dan and Paro, like, and all the guys, we've been telling you that Gary Sanchez is going to come around eventually. But, like, we've kind of been telling you. And, like, put some respect on my man's name. I'm sorry. Let's see what else we got. Swainer says he's not Pat's chicken bucket today. He's Swainer. He says Tyler Naquin for center field. He's on the Reds on a very cheap one-year deal, and he has popped from the left side of the plate. He would be very cheap and seems exactly like the type of person Cash would go after. But would he be, like, a game changer in center field? Like, would he be? Right now, I think the only way the Yankees are trading for somebody is if they're going to be a game changer for this club, right? Kind of like a Ketel Marte. You trade for Ketel Marte to be your center fielder, that's a game changer right there. Is Tyler Wade that much better than Brett Gardner or Tyler Wade? I don't know. Do we need 2 Tylers on this team? Let me know. Let me look up Naquin's stats so far this season, though, because I'm a little bit interested to see how he is doing. He's batting .259, 327 on base, 819 OPS. That OPS is really nice. He has 11 home runs in 58 games. Tyler Naquin is having a pretty good season. But Swainer says, do you think Starling Marte would be a game changer? Starling Marte would be a game changer. I would definitely prefer Ketel Marte, only because I think that Starling is making a lot more money over a lot more years. Also, he's right-handed, so I think he would be less of a fit. Ketel's also more versatile as well, so they could use him at other positions. So I think I'd go Ketel over Starling, but Starling would still be an awesome guy to get. Shout out to Yankees highlights with the $3.99. Dono, appreciate you. Give me those Brian Ferry guns. Bang, 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 bang. Let's go. They said I graduate tomorrow. Listen, shout out to you. Congratulations on graduating, whether if it's middle school, high school, college. That's a huge accomplishment. You should definitely be proud of yourself. Round of applause to that. Chad, give him some congrats. But appreciate the dono, my man. Really do. Let's see. Bright says Patterson Stradamus is better than Pat Stradamus. Patterson Stradamus is pretty cool. I like it. That could be my nickname. It's cool. It is what it is. Also, chat, I mentioned this in the pregame. Make sure you're following all of our socials and everything. Make sure you're following my socials. Make sure you're in the Discord. Because we do have a huge announcement coming tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right before the pregame. I will be talking about it on the pregame tomorrow, but if you guys want like the immediate announcement at 5 p.m. tomorrow, make sure you're following all of our socials. But let's see. Alan says, Gardy's a backup. What don't you get? Listen, first of all, Alan, why are you coming at my neck? Like, what's going on here? 2, Gardy's not a backup at this point. I've said it so many times. I wouldn't be opposed to Brett Gardner as like the Yankees' 4th outfielder, but he's not. Right now, Brett Gardner is the Yankees' starting outfielder, and this can't keep happening. The Yankees need a legitimate starting center fielder, and Brett Gardner's not that guy. I'm sorry. Listen, I know there's a lot of Brett Gardner lovers, but like it's getting to the point where you can't defend him. Also, what I do want to talk about from today's game, we talked about Gary in abundance. We talked about Derrick Cole. Let's talk. Did we talk? I think we could touch a little bit more on Aroldis Chapman. I think that he deserves a little bit more credit for kind of getting out of that situation, right? Shout out to Aroldis Chapman. I think that's kind of getting overlooked a lot tonight because of how good Gary was and that clutch pinch hit home run. But I mean, when you start off the inning, 2nd and 3rd, no one out, I think I could speak for the entire chat here when I say that we all thought that game was at least being tied. Right, I didn't think that we were getting out of that 9th inning with a win. I really didn't. When the Blue Jays had 2nd and 3rd, it wasn't looking good. We thought it was going to be like one of those Aroldis Chapman just blowing the game situations. But he really rebounded. And it was a little bit of a brutal play when he had that chopper back to him, and then he threw it home. I think at that point you kind of got to run Guerrero down and then throw it to 3rd. But Gary made a nice play there. I'm not going to say I'm concerned about Aroldis Chapman, right? Because he just hasn't looked like himself lately. Last night, he did get the job done. He looked pretty good last night, but he still doesn't seem like that Aroldis Chapman that we saw in the beginning of the season. He might just kind of be going through a little bit of a rough patch right now, but I'd like to think that it's not because of the lack of sticky stuff. I really hope it's not, but I guess we're just going to have to kind of see how things progress from here. But as of right now, I just hope that Chapman's kind of going through a little bit of a rough patch, but it is a really good sight to see that even though he doesn't really have his best stuff right now, he's still finding a way to save games. So shout out to Aroldis Chapman. Love to see that. But let's see what else we got in the chat here. Disgruntled YouTuber. He's quite disgruntled, I guess. He says Yankees payroll is $205 million, and they started a 37-year-old center fielder and a second baseman they got for free. Now, I hate to say that that's wrong, but it's not wrong. It's really not wrong. The Yankees are one of the most wealthy teams in all of professional sports, and they have a veteran outfielder as their starting center fielder who's making like $5 million this year. Then they have a second baseman who's especially playing for free. It's not an ideal situation. I'd like to see the Yankees spend a little bit more money. As far as Cashman's press conference went the other day, apparently he mentioned that the Yankees aren't opposed to going over the luxury tax. I don't know what that means. I'd like to think that what he means by that is like the only way they're going over is if they get like an outlandish deal. That's the only way I'm actually thinking that they'll go over. But Liana says Garrett is breaking down during the press conference. What does that mean? Chat, someone provide me some more info on that. What do we mean he's breaking down? But Spade says, and Randall Grichuk had the best stats for his Chapman was so scary. That's what I'm saying, especially with Grichuk at the plate. Chapman just sat him down. So that was obviously beautiful to see. You saw Grichuk coming up to the plate second and third, no one out. You were almost guaranteeing the game was over in the Blue Jays' direction. So I don't know how the Yankees found a way to get the job done, but they got the job done. Crying? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Someone let me know what's going on with Cole's press. I have no idea. Lori says he misses his friend Spidey. Oh, man. Parker says, would you be a better Lizard King than Robert California? All right, so I know Robert California, isn't that a character from The Office? Because I did watch The Office, right? I don't know what Lizard King is. I really don't. But listen, shout out to Ruben Cruz, the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Ruben. Bang, bang, bang. Give me those Brian Finger guns. Let's go. He says, please read my last chat. Let me see. Ruben says, let's get both Martes, LOL. Ketel can also play second, and Starling can play center field. Starling has been better defensively in center field. Listen, I would love to get both Martes. You get Ketel and Starling, and you just get a dominant offense in that way. But it's not happening. I'm sorry, it's not happening. As much as we want to think about this, we're lucky if we get one of them. There's actually no chance the Yankees get both. It's something nice to think about, but I just don't see it happening. Ed King says he gets out of a lot of jams like that. Always makes me nervous. He really does. Parker says you disappoint me, Pathy. I'm sorry. I don't think I disappoint a lot of people. Like, I try not to disappoint you guys. But if we have like a dime a dozen, I disappoint. It is what it is. Let's see. Corn Cobb says best center fielder in the game. You're high AF. Who said Brett Gardner is the best center fielder in the game? If they did, they probably deserve to be timed out. Listen, Parker, Johnny, I know you guys are in the chat. If you say anybody saying that Brett Gardner's the best center fielder in the game, they get a 5-minute timeout. It's just as simple as that. Let's see. Ed King says, Pat, you look just like one of the guys on the Blue Jays. Can't quite figure out which one. Yeah. It's not a Yankees Blue Jays stream unless we get this at least once. The answer is Bo Bichette. The answer is Bo Bichette. It is what it is. I don't personally see it. Maybe I would have to like grow out my facial hair a little bit, get a little bit of a tan. I think it's just because of the hair. I think the hair is the only thing that the Bo Bichette comparison comes from. But FJ says the Yankees have to make a move, whether it's Ketel or Starlin. The Rays and Red Sox will definitely make moves. Starlin, I think you're talking about Starling Marte. I don't think you're talking about Starling Castro. I don't think you are, but it's possible you are. I don't know. But Jeremy said you low-key look like Rafael Dolis. What? Isn't that the guy on the Blue Jays with the dreads? I always consider him like, Walmart Kenley Jansen. Like back when my hair was shorter, you guys used to call me Walmart Derrick Cole. Good stuff. Yeah, I still remember that. Still hurts deep down inside. It's fine though. Let's see. Elite Assassin says Glasnow is blaming his injury on not being able to use sticky stuff. I saw that. I can't say I disagree with him, to be honest with you. I don't disagree with him. I think it's really strange that MLB is just kind of cracking down on this now all of a sudden. Didn't really give pitchers any sort of what is it? Like, what's when you give someone like a note in the head? An advance notice, I guess. They didn't really give them too much of an advance notice, and now they kind of have to change their whole technique. It's an odd situation. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, Lori mentioned DeGrom's hurt again. That sucks. I believe he left his start tonight with right shoulder tightness, if I'm not mistaken. I really hope that DeGrom's not hurt. I hope he doesn't have to miss any significant time. As you guys know, I like Jacob DeGrom. I don't know how anybody couldn't. He's easily the best pitcher in the game by far. If anybody's telling you that Derrick Cole is better than Jacob DeGrom, you're wrong. It's as simple as that. But Jonathan says, curious why we didn't intentionally walk Espinal in with second and third and one out in the ninth. Set up the force at home or go for a double play. That run at first meant nothing. I know it worked out, but Jonathan, I was saying this exact same thing while I was watching the game. I have no idea why. No idea why the Yankees didn't walk Espinal there. It would have made complete sense to set up the double play in that way. I don't know what you were accomplishing by pitching to him. Luckily, it worked out for the Yankees, but at the same time, that's just something that you can't do. I think it would have been a very easy decision to walk him there. Programmer says because a walk ties the game. It wouldn't have. A walk would not have tied the game. A walk would have made bases loaded, one out, and that run at first, like Jonathan mentioned, meant nothing because the winning run was already at second base. So it doesn't matter if you have another guy on first. And you would have the force at home in that case as well. So I don't know why they didn't walk him there. Something, maybe advanced metrics told them not to. I have no idea. All I know is that they got the job done, and that's kind of all that matters. But Spade says, Jacob DeGrom got a video on the MLB channel, 8 Ks, 3 perfect innings. Since he's Jacob DeGrom, got to add that 3 innings. I don't get it. Yankee Fan for Life says, I don't think if Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, Greg Maddux, etc. needed sticky stuff during the height of the steroids era, even though Clemens used it at the tail end of his career. I guess they didn't. Who knows what they were using back then, though? Like, I don't know. I listen, chat, I have no idea. But Big Wooski says, should the Yankees trade for Trevor Story and maybe a left-hand reliever and trade Chapman because his time is numbered? I was open to this. However, I was open to this if the Yankees were going to quote-unquote sell off at the trade deadline. It doesn't look like they're going to be selling off, but I don't know. If they get like an astronomical offer for Aroldis Chapman, I think you have to pull the trigger. But then again, if they plan on competing, if they plan on making the postseason, you can't trade Chapman. It's as simple as that. You want your bullpen as dominant as possible going into this playoffs. So I think the Yankees should be more concerned about acquiring a starter at this point. I think a starter would make a lot more sense for this team, especially because you don't know what's going to happen with Kluber. You'd like to think that he's going to be back fairly soon. But then again, Severino, we don't know what the deal is with him. So, yeah, apparently he has a no-trade clause as well. So that would definitely screw it up. Derek says, every pitcher can say they didn't use sticky stuff, just like every hitter said they didn't use steroids. One is a lot easier to prove than the other. Very true. Very true. And as Parker said, sticky stuff has always kind of been around, but hasn't been problematic since 2014-ish. Very true. Sticky stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure this even dates back to like the 70s, 80s, as far as I'm concerned. But way before I was even born, bro. I wasn't born until 2000. Like, bro, steroids is even before my time, if we're being honest. So, like, yeah, this has definitely been around, like, for generations at this point. So I don't know why everyone seems to, like, be making such a big deal about it now. I have no idea. But Corn Cob says, Cole is better than DeGrom, in my opinion. Changed my mind. Listen, Corn Cob, I hate to break it to you. I love Derrick Cole. I think he's the most beautiful man in New York, right? He's not better than Jacob DeGrom. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way we could put this. You could make the argument prior to the 2020 season, like, oh, like, Derrick Cole's going to give DeGrom a run for his money as the best pitcher of New York. Like, no. DeGrom is, like, up here. Cole's, like, down here. And then you have everyone else below them. Like, I say Cole's still way above everyone else, but at the same time, DeGrom's still above him. You know what I mean? But let's see. Derek says Gary Sanchez should have been starting today, and that home run proved it. Gerrit Cole needs to go give him a big hug. I agree 1,000%. And also, chat, can we take note? Everyone get your little notepad out here. Write this down. I'll wait. I'll give you guys 3 seconds to get your notepad. 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So make sure you have that little pen handy. Derrick Cole looked better tonight once Gary Sanchez came in the game to catch. Listen, if we're going on the eye test, Derrick Cole pitched better tonight with Gary Sanchez behind the plate. That's kind of what I saw. And also, once Derrick Cole did kind of finish things up and he went to the dugout and talked to Gary, it looked like Cole might have been like sternly talking to Gary Sanchez. People were like, why is Cole yelling at him? He wasn't yelling at him. That's basically just like Cole like so hyped up and so amped up, just discussing like his pitching mechanics. It's nothing too serious. I'd really like to see these guys work together. I really would. I think his next start, have Cole pitch to Gary. Just see how it works. Give them a shot to kind of work together. Unless this is on Cole's side and he's completely opposed to pitching to Gary Sanchez. That's the only way I would say like not do it. But if it's like a Yankees thing and they're kind of like looking at the analytics saying that Higgy's a much better fit for Cole than Gary is, shred those papers, bro. I'll personally shred them with my bare hands. Like, just get that out of here. Let Gary catch for Cole. We had a whole video come out about it on the channel this morning. I think it's only a matter of time until you got to make that happen. Jose Manuel says, if there's anyone in the starting lineup you would trade, who would it be? Let's ask chat. Chat, if there's anyone in the Yankee starting lineup right now you would trade, who would it be? I think I would probably... I mean, if we're being realistic, I can't pick like a guy like Brett Gardner or Rougned Odor, because that's probably who I would trade. I guess right now I'd go with... I don't know, because the Yankee starting lineup right now, you can't really get rid of any of these guys. I see a lot of people saying Odor. I guess if we're just saying anybody, I'd probably go Odor. But then if we could pick like a realistic option, I guess I'd go like Luke Voit or something. I don't know. I see a lot of people saying Voit as well. I think that he's one of those guys where even if he does come back, he doesn't really provide the Yankees with anything that they're missing. I don't know. Yankees highlights, if you could stop spamming W's at any point, that would be awesome. Appreciate you though, my man. FJ says, Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry threw a spitball for 20 seasons and got 300 wins. Everyone knew he was loading the ball, but no one did anything. It's very true. Why is everyone spamming W's? I'm so confused. Why is everyone spamming W's? But let's see. Jonathan says, saying DeGrom is better than Cole is not a slight on Cole. Dude's ERA was 0.56 for the season going into today's start. He's on another level, and I hope he's not out for long. I hope he's not either. I genuinely respect greatness in the game, and Jacob DeGrom is one of those guys who's just the definition of greatness, easily. But I kind of agree with the lead assassin here. Voit or Frazier would be most likely the ones to get traded. I think Frazier is at the top of the Yankees list right now. As far as like who they plan on trading, I can't see Clint Frazier staying too long anymore. I really just can't see it. I don't know. It seems like the organization has just lost complete faith in Clint Frazier. And as sad as it is to say, it's kind of the truth. They're not even starting him against left-handed pitching anymore. It sucks. And I really hope that whoever Clint Frazier does go to, that he succeeds. We're going through like a very like nice breakup with Clint Frazier right now. And I wish we didn't have to. I wish that we could like still start him in the outfield, give him a shot in center field. It's so weird that the Yankees aren't giving him a shot. Shout out to Anthony for subscribing. Appreciate you. But I think it's really weird how Clint Frazier came up basically his entire minor league career as a center fielder, but the Yankees have yet to try him out there in the majors this season. It makes no sense. Give the dude a shot. Like, I think that's all we're kind of asking for. And I know he's gotten plenty of at-bats so far this season, but he hasn't really gotten like consistent plate appearances. He'll start like 2 games, hit like a walk-off home run, and then he'll be benched for the next 2. He had a clutch game-winning RBI double yesterday, and then he was benched today. He was benched yesterday too. He had a pinch hit yesterday and do that. It's annoying. It is what it is, though. I don't know. Parker says, if the Yankees don't splurge next year, I'm going to be considering being done with this team. I'm never going to be done with this team, especially if they don't splurge on guys. Listen, there's nothing we could do if the Yankees don't want to spend money, right? The only thing that we could do is stop giving them money, so maybe stop spending like $200 on tickets every season. I don't know. But I can't say if they don't splurge next year that I'm not going to support the team anymore. No matter what, I'm always going to be a diehard Yankee fan. It's as simple as that. No matter how bad the team gets, no matter how good the team is, I'm always going to be on the Yankees, like, left-hand side. You guys know what I mean. But Jose says, do you think the Yankees will fire Aaron Boone by the end of the season? Not if they keep playing like they are. If this is like the beginning of a hot streak for the Yankees, this is game-changing. This is really going to set the tone for the rest of their season. We said this Blue Jays series was one of the biggest of the year. I think it's going to be very interesting to see if they're able to complete the sweep tomorrow. I really do, because I forgot what the Yankees' record is so far in games where they could go for a sweep. I think it's like 1-9, something like that. But it's so frustrating that they just can't. They seemingly can't sweep teams. It's weird. But listen, taking the first two is huge. I believe Michael King is on the mound tomorrow. Someone in chat, can you guys tell me who's on the mound for the Blue Jays? I'm not sure who it is. Hopefully it's not Manoah, because if it's Manoah, he'd probably just dominate us like last time. But yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow. But Big Wooski says, Brett Gardner needs to step up. He's the veteran along with Hicks, and they need to help some of these younger guys. Well, Hicks is done. Like, Hicks is gone. So, I mean, yeah, Brett Gardner needs to step up. He's the veteran, right? Brett Gardner's like that veteran presence in the clubhouse. I'd like to see more of that out of him. And the lack of production is just, it's rough. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's see. Oh, it's TBD. And then I see some people saying Zoik. It's not going to be Manoah, which is solid. All right, that's good. So the Toronto pitcher is TBD. It looks like a couple of people are saying Zoik. I believe we faced Zoik, right, so far this season. I think he pitched good against us, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But Jose Manuel says instead of Tauchman, they should have traded Hicks. Listen, at the time, you kind of understood why the Yankees traded Tauchman, because the outfield did look like they had a ton of depth. And then Hicks goes down. Clint starts to be even worse than he was to start the year. Brett Gardner wasn't good. And then you kind of look at the Yankees' depth, you're like, damn, maybe we could have used Mike Tauchman. I know he hasn't been that good offensively with San Fran, but I would like to see the Yankees give him a little bit more of a shot. I don't know. Ed King says, maybe if Gardner tries to growing a mustache again. Listen, I think regardless of what Brett Gardner grows out on his face, I think he just can't be the Yankees starting center fielder. And I'm sticking with this. I'm really sticking with this. The Yankees need to go out and acquire somebody that could provide them, like, consistent at-bats at the center field position and just provide solid defense as well. Brett Gardner is the fourth outfielder, maybe getting 2 to 3 starts a week, and like to give Andujar and Judge and whoever they get for center field an off day. Sure, I'm for that. Let Gardner start 2 to 3 times a week, sure. But he can't be the starting guy out there. I talk about this every day. Corn Cobb says, Hicks is in the middle of a 7-year, $70 million contract. No team is biting on it. That's true. That's very true. No one's taking Aaron Hicks' contract. Simple as that. But Jordan says Yankees got 4 earned runs in 4 innings pitched on Zoik. But that's good. That's very good. For some reason, I thought that he dominated them, but apparently that's not the case. So listen, we have a very good chance to sweep the Blue Jays tomorrow. I'd like to see Michael King pitch very well. It's going to be interesting to see how King does. You guys know I'm kind of like a fan of King. I like Michael King. Parker says, at this rate, Brett Gardner needs to glue his leg hair to his head. And then Brendan says Gardner will finish his career with the Pirates watch. I can guarantee you he doesn't. Brendan. For some reason, I think he ends his career as a Yankee. I hope he doesn't. I hope this is his final season. I really hope he doesn't come back next year. I really don't. But Dirtbike Nation says, who is the best Yankee contract besides Cole? I really like this question. I would say Cole's a really good contract, sure. Who has the best contract on the Yankees right now? Would we say like Zach Britton? Britton might have the best contract. I don't know. Chat, let me know. What do you guys think? Because not a lot of guys on the Yankees are making extreme money right now. Britton probably, right? Because obviously we're not including guys like Judge or Glaber, because these guys just haven't signed like legitimate contracts yet. Urshela, I guess, for the price, but I think we're kind of considering like free agent contracts. Chapman's a good one too. He's definitely kind of proved that he's worth the money. I'd say Britton and Chapman. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. Stanton, when he's locked in, he's worth every dollar of that contract. But at the same time, it kind of makes him not worth the contract, not being able to play the field. I think that's kind of the worst part about the whole thing. But I think at some point in his Yankee career, I hope we see Stan back in the outfield. I mean, he just can't go the rest of this contract span without playing the field at all. I have no idea. But, chat, with that being said, that is going to wrap things up for today's postgame. We went a little bit longer than usual. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. I'm going to pop the Discord link in the chat if anybody wants to join that. Like I mentioned previously, we're making a big announcement tomorrow at 5 p.m. on all of our social media, so make sure you're following us on there. Also, hop on the Discord if you guys like to. If not, I'll be talking about it on the pregame tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pregame starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow live on this YouTube channel. Yankees will be going for the sweep. Check out all the other links in the description. Follow us on Newsbreak, exclusive content on there. Also, Bronx Zoom, link is in the description. 30% off with code Unhinged30. Great book, definitely should go check it out. And unhingedclothing.shop for all of our merchandise. You guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace. I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Have a great night, everyone. Let's go, Yankees, going for a sweep tomorrow. Peace.